For more on the call and what we could see ahead, let's bring in Michael. He is a senior fellow at the Atlantic Council and a former spokesperson for the Organisation for Security and Cooperation in Europe. He joins us live from Bangkok. Thank you so much for joining us. You're in Thailand, so we appreciate you joining us here. I mean, the call, there were two calls today, crucial, of course, Zelensky and Putin. We were expecting Putin to go first, but then we heard that there was a Zelensky call earlier. I mean, how do you see what's playing out here? What might have happened behind the scenes to make these calls happen?
Sure. Good to be with you, Max. Well, it was surprising that the call with Mr. Zelensky went first. Maybe that was Trump payback for Mr. Putin making Mr. Trump wait for the last call for, I think it was over an hour, possibly, too. Secondly, the call is underway. I suspect it'll last a long time. And, we're all expecting for Mr. Putin to repeat his maximalist position, that being international recognition or less U.S. recognition of Russian control of all four Ukrainian oblasts that it only partially controls, namely Zaporizhzhia, Kherson, Donetsk, and Luhansk. It wants Ukraine to step away from NATO. It wants Ukraine to limit the size of its armed forces, no foreign troops on Ukrainian soil. And the other two are U.S. recognition of Crimea as Russian territory. And then a biggie is the Russians want Ukraine to step away from requiring reparations from Russia, which could end up in the trillions of dollars. So this is very, very different, apparently, from a peace plan that the U.S. submitted a few weeks ago to Russia. So things don't look very robust, I would say, for any type of progress.
I'm wondering what leverage Trump has here, because you're basically asking Putin to stop winning, aren't you? Why would he stop the campaign?
Yeah, I think there's very little leverage. I know the U.S. and the EU partners, the coalition of the willing, so-called, have been in talks about imposing biting or very painful sanctions against Russia. But honestly speaking, they don't have many more levers to pull. Russia has become very good at sanction busting or getting around them. For example, here in Thailand supplies millions and millions of dollars of aviation parts to Russia, along with the UAE and other countries. So, and the other thing, Max, is I think after that Victory Day celebration, where we saw the leader of the world's second biggest economy, Xi Jinping, be right next to Mr. Putin as a VVIP guest, I think Mr. Putin has a kind of heightened sense of security, if you will, that he can get through this, even with U.S. perhaps putting pressure on it.
He's going to be aware that Trump will need something to announce after this, that it needs to feel like a win. Obviously, Putin is, say what you like about him. He's an arch negotiator, isn't he? He plays the long game, and he's proved himself to be very smart on that sort of table, as it were, in the past. What win can he give Trump? Because obviously he doesn't want to blow up the relationship he's got with Trump.
Yeah, well, we already had a preview of that about an hour ago when Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, gave her press conference. And they do what they always do, is they blame any previous war or, bad policy on the Biden administration. Caroline Leavitt said the Biden administration was incompetent and weak, and that's why the Ukraine war started. Well, actually, it was Mr. Trump who approved the use of Javelin missiles to Ukraine and imposed sanctions. So he had a big role in it as well. They have already lowered expectations, Max. They've threatened to walk away. And, this could be a good thing at the end of the day, because we saw, there weren't the best talks in the world, but at least Turkey played a mediating role, getting a big prisoner exchange agreed to between Russia and Ukraine. I think that opens the door for more progress, but it's going to be slow. But at least the Turks are seen as honest, impartial, big stake in Black Sea security. And the president, Mr. Erdogan, has fairly good ties with Mr. Putin and with Mr. Zelensky.
Okay, Michael Bosicue, really appreciate your thoughts. We're still waiting to see what comes out of it. We'll get the readouts, I'm sure, soon.